quarterfinals are in the books, and Union will be moving on to the semifinals against a team named Jinx. Welcome into another edition of the Union Football Coaches Show. I'm Rick Corey, along with the head coach, Kirk Frederick. A nice win over Edmond Santa Fe. First round semifinal or quarterfinals, call it what you win. I don't care. It's a win.
A win is a win, without a doubt. Winning in the playoffs, that was our goal. Obviously, this week, week 11, is to get there and play well, but you just want to win. And 31-6, have an opportunity to go out and have our guys play a complete game. You know, the last couple of weeks we haven't been able to play a full game because it's been a little bit lopsided with the victory. And so we saw a few of our guys getting tired the other night, so that was good for us to have an opportunity to do that.
All right, so let's take a look at the stats between Union and Edmond Santa Fe in that quarterfinal matchup. And once again, where my eyes are drawn, Coach, is that rushing total for Santa Fe.
Yeah, I felt like the defensive front did a really good job. I think that our the defensive line is playing really well. Coach Brown, Coach Washington's got those guys playing tough up front, and the linebackers were fitting well, and had a lot of pass breakups. I thought that we played well in defending the pass, and we were aggressive on some routes. Got a few more penalties than we wanted, but again, our guys were aggressive with that. And then Darius Boone, over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. Those guys up front, just that punishing run game, I was really proud of those guys.
Yeah, when you look at 154 total yards for Santa Fe, 324 for Union, that has to please you. Anything specific out of that you want to work on? You
know, I think the biggest thing for us is, the last couple of weeks we've put the ball on the ground a couple of times. And so we've done such a great job this season taking care of the football, protecting the football, and just a couple of those things. And our guys are able to see that on film and realize, hey, when you play tougher opponents, they're going to have tougher defenses. You've got to be ready to protect the football.
You mentioned Darius Boone. He is the Offensive Player of the Week for obvious reasons. Really good to see him hit a stride now.
Yeah, he did a great job, and I think probably the biggest thing is the first play of the second half. You're coming out of the locker room, and offensively we've struggled a few times opening drive of the second half, and Darius breaks off a big run to give us that touchdown, and kind of takes a little air out of Santa Fe, anything they may have done at halftime. And those guys, the receivers, the O-line, people blocking downfield, it was really a nice night for Darius Boone.
Yeah, there goes your adjustments for halftime, no question. And then JoJo Nichols, he's just been such a good job of just progressing, to me, gotten a lot better as the season goes along.
Yeah, JoJo has done a really good job. He had quite a few pass breakups. He's done a really good job defensively. Had an interception that was called back because of a penalty, but to me, he played very, very well in the secondary the other night.
So he's our defensive player. And then how about Elijah Tomlin on special teams? But you got all your first teamers playing special teams for the most part, but good to see that effort.
Yes, there's no doubt about it. You want to try to have an impact in your special teams, and to have your best football players playing on special teams. And Coach Davis and his staff does a really good job. Of course, Tomlin is a mainstay. He's on just about every one of those. And on a PAT, he gets a tackle for a loss. On a pump block, he gets another one as well. So made a big impact on the night.
How was that cold?
It was very cold, and anyone who was at the game would realize that, from the referee to the spirit groups to the head football coach, the players. It was definitely something that we had to get through the other night.
Yeah, Kirk's still bundled up. All right, when we come back, we'll get to the first half highlights of Edmond, Santa Fe, and Union quarterfinal action. 6A1 playoffs next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
For more than 50 years, Central States Orthopedics and Eastern Oklahoma Orthopedic Center have been the area's leading orthopedic and sports medicine providers. And now, we've joined forces as Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. One name, one focus. Excellent orthopedic and sports medicine care. Together, we serve as the team physicians for almost every high school and university in the region. We are the area's leading expert for work-related injuries, and our surgical hospital is the only 5-star rated hospital in Tulsa. Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma. Come see why we're better together.
Union fans, stay connected with your favorite team all year long with the official app of the Union Redskins. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Union Redskins athletic app will keep you up to date with all things Union. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Union Redskins. You can download it today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. Kirk Frederick, the head coach. I'm Rick Coy. Let's get right to the first half highlights of Union and Edmond Santa Fe. Got that cool tunnel shot, Coach.
Yeah, that's a really cool deal, and our kids love it. We had a great time with that this year. You can see our guys coming out in the tunnel and a lot of loud music going on there. And you'll notice right away we're back in black, that playoff black jersey. Our kids get real excited for that. Get a great block on the edge there. Nice job by the offensive line. JT gets to the edge there. Darius with a good block to start the game out. Darius running really hard inside, and good start to the game.
Good vision here.
Nice job there. Big block by Mason Givens inside. Kind of buries this guy. You see Q right there. Great vision. Good block by the offensive guard, and then Darius is off to the races, and great way to start the night. Look at the block, the seal block there by Quentin Barnes. Great job. The safety plays it over the top, and Darius does a really nice job. You could tell that he was running on a mission. Here they are again, running it back to the other side. You got Stromberg in there, big guys. You got Cantu. Really love the effort by Brock Henry on the night. Just a nice job inside for those guys to get it inside the 5. And as we talked about, a little bit of red zone, struggled in the red zone just a little bit the other night. Unfortunately, we mishandled a snap in our heavy set and turned the ball over. Darius Murdoch has been just doing an unbelievable job at nose guard all year long, doing a great job. Starts off the game with good pressure there. JT McLeod down the field with great coverage on the play. You can see the D-line, you get pressure coming up underneath, good coverage by the linebackers, and we start the game by getting the ball right back to them. Kind of a fortuitous bounce there as we get the ball to Darius and pick up some good yards, throwing the football out. See Darius again with great vision inside, running the football. We kind of put the ball outside and love seeing Shadle out there. Good block by KP. Again, get down into the red zone, getting it close there. Darius running hard, taking 2 or 3 guys to get him on the ground. And they blitz off the edge there, do a nice job of picking us up about the 5-yard line. Try to get the ball back inside. Unfortunately, unable to do that. So we come back with JT. We get the edge sealed really good. His speed is pretty elusive, and I just about thought we got in the end zone, but unfortunately they mark us out there, and we bring in Noah to get a nice chip field goal there, and kind of a tough angle when it's that close, but puts us on the board.
Yeah, I'm not sure tough angle in him. That didn't really matter. That kid's been pretty automatic.
They come back with their style of the little fly sweep, and our guys read it well and play it well, do a nice job. There's, again, Jake Rogers coming in there, fitting really well from the linebacker spot. You see Nick off the edge, and you got Cameron Watts had a tall order covering number 1 most of the night, but did a really good job with it. Love the play by Ricky. Ricky comes in, makes a big-time play. You can see the nose guard position right here. From the reverse angle, gets double teamed, plays flat down the line, and big old 300-pounder gets a hold of you, you're going to go down. They throw the ball outside. You can see right there that Trey Thompson's there to defend it. They try to rush off this edge, and man, Michael Walker, what a great job he's done all year long, not only defensively, but in our special teams. Gets the ball right back to us after they tried the fake punt. Get it out to Torrey. Torrey does a good job, pick up 6, 7, 8 yards out of it, and gets us down to the goal line there. Again, we're in the red zone. We want to do something with the ball. Great blocking by Jaquay down the field.
What a burst. And
yeah, really nice. Torrey's pretty good with the ball in his hands. This time around, offense is going to say, Coach, you're going to let the kicking team go back out again. We're going to get this done right, and you see Darius go in for a touchdown. They fit off the outside there, outside backer safety. Cameron Watts comes down, makes a nice play. There's Cowboy caller Jake Rogers right there. Again, about 2 or 3 times a game, he's getting that tackle for loss. It's just been done an outstanding job.
Your defense just is enjoying themselves, aren't they?
Defense flying around, having a lot of fun. You can see right here they're working another kind of a rugby punt, and we come in and get a nice block on the play, and really outstanding field position for our offense to get it started. I think that's, I don't know how many in a row that is, but I think we've gotten a blocked kick in just about every game leading up, at least the last 5 or 6 games. Really proud of that special teams. Good, tough, hard-nosed running inside. Peyton comes back, gets the ball outside. Unfortunately, we mishandle it on the edge. Have to punt the ball away. And so we get the ball back down there on inside the 20. You can see Nick Jones fit just a little bit, squirts outside, but Cameron Watts is there to force that fumble. And JoJo Nichols, defensive player, comes up with that big play. Cameron had an outstanding night as well. Both those safeties playing really tough for Coach Snyder. JT with nice play. Then again, you see the good block in there. Jake Henry leading the way for Darius, doing a good job. Shadle with another really good catch and good throw by Peyton. Darius again running tough, makes contact, gets another 3 or 4 yards. Love to see that. Again, inside there, Brock Henry leading the way, doing a good job with that. Come back here, Peyton on the outside, and man, you'd rather be lucky than good. Ball kind of gets tipped, and Jaquay Shavers, what great focus for him to come down with it.
Like this again.
You see it right there, it goes right through the hands. In the playoffs, you play it at home. You want to have a little bit of luck there, and we come up with a touchdown out of it. Got Michael Panther in there. We got good coverage just over the fingertips of the linebacker, and they're able to pick up that first down. Try to run a little bit of a draw. We stripped the ball out, and they rolled him down right here, and unfortunately we don't get the ball back.
Not sure in what world that was down, but all right.
Got a good camera view there. How about Isaiah coming in, chasing it down? Just a host of Redskins in there. Lots of black shirts in there making the play. Come back with the mesh right there. Man, Jake and Tomlin are there. Isaiah's there. Those guys doing a great job with it. This guy was just under duress all night long and had a nice play on the ball. Good field position for our guys, and you can see Darius again with good run inside. Man, they sent this guy was a lot to handle. They sent him on a twist stun inside. They make a big time play, and so we're unfortunately offensively not able to get it going. Nick Jones inside fits it really well at linebacker. Love the way he plays. Nick's back in there again. Lots of guys fitting. Keith Dorsey's inside there, leading up to the half, and he's able to get a big stop there, and we'll go in with a good lead.
So it's 17-0, but just watching that, it feels like there's more of a lead because you've had a pretty good time kind of doing what you wanted to do, minus that red zone problem.
Yeah, those 2 trips into the red zone were a little bit tough on us, but those are some things that we obviously need to correct. And you're right, defensively playing well. We just need to have a good start to the second half.
I know you're supposed to want to play offense because you score, but I love watching this defense play, so I get excited when they go out there. All right, let's come back and get second half highlights of Union and Edmond Santa Fe. Let me tell you this, it's a quick start for Union. That's next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
My dad's always saying a little extra effort now will really pay off later. Here's how you can put in just a little extra effort and help out our schools in a big way. Just switch your checking account to TTCU. It's easy. You get $150 just for switching. And every time you use your school pride card, TTCU donates to our schools. So far, over $1 million. They're the only ones doing that. So make the switch to TTCU and be the person who's making a difference for our schools.
Are you out of high school and looking for a career? At Tulsa Tech, you can explore exciting opportunities in IT, aviation, automotive, manufacturing, visual arts, and more. And Tulsa Tech offers a tuition-free scholarship for adults 18 to 23 years old. That's what I said, free. It's called the Accelerating Independent Scholarship. It's like fast-tracking into a career you love, can make money in, and a career with a future. Find out more about Tulsa Tech's Accelerating Independent Scholarship at tulsatech.edu.
Welcome back to the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach of the Redskins, Kirk Frederick. 17-7 at the half. Union, let's get to the second half highlights as the Redskins go on defense.
Going on defense, want to start quick. We want to try to get some big-time plays. You can see right there JoJo Nichols and Nick Jones do a great job on the slant pass across the middle there. They throw the ball outside, and Jaquan comes up, makes a nice stop for a couple of yards. And you can see both linebackers meeting in the hole, doing a really good job. Cameron in there as well. at safety, fits that really well. Unfortunately, he's kind of scorched through there a little bit for us. We've got to fit that a little bit better. They pick up a few yards on it. And there you are right there with Cameron with a nice play on jersey number 1. Did a great job with it. Each week we want to try to win the punt. Part of winning the punt is what you do in the return game as well. KP, man, what a great start. Defense stops, get a big return, and then offensively, you see right here, the great block there by Mason Givens. We cave it down, Mason gets in there, see KP down the field, Shavers there. You get some really key blocks down the field with guys putting out a lot of effort, and Darius scores first play of offense into the second half.
Watch these blocks again.
Great cut, good vision, good block. You see guys just having, 6 seconds of effort right there on a cold night. That's just a great team touchdown. They go down the field, got good coverage down the field, great job with that. See Trey Thompson and Nick Jones coming in, outstanding job. Cameron Watts, lots of guys flying around. Defensive line doing a great job with the pressure underneath. And then you see Jaquan in there with a nice stop. How about the push up front? Just look at the guys, just a sea of black jerseys pushing the defensive front down the field. Guys doing a really good job with that. Givens gets the helmet knocked off, so we got to get Rodriguez in there real quick. We get in, get some nice play out of that as well. Guys doing a good job. Cantu sealing back there, and just a little bit underthrown ball to JT, but stretching the field. And unfortunately on third down, just not able to pick up the play. Defensively, right back to work. The offense punts the ball away. We want to do a really good job of trying to corral the offense, and so those guys covering well down the field. We lose a little bit of contain on the quarterback, and right back to work. Mason Givens in there as a defensive lineman. You can see that he plays O-line and D-line, doing a really good job getting through the A-gap. It gets sealed off there by McGuire, and those guys make a really nice play. All 3 D linemen on there. Coach Brown be real excited about that. They get the ball out on the bubble play. You see Prock come in there. Dawson Prock, senior linebacker, comes in, makes a nice stop. Going to try to go down the field, and I believe JT probably ran the route a little bit better than the receiver did a nice job with that. Unfortunately, they read the little bubble screen out there, and they defend it well. Guys blocking pretty well inside, but again, just a few of those stretches where their defense is standing up, making a nice play. Defensively, we've got to come in and make a nice stop, and you can see the forced fumble there, and then Micah Panther coming in, making a nice stop. Nose guard, defensive lineman for us, defensive end, getting that turnover and getting the fruit snacks. Offensively, get the ball back, and now we need to get something going. You see a nice throw and catch to the outside there to Torrey, and we get a nice little play inside, but again, just right there on the verge of trying to break a few of those, but their defense is playing pretty well in that third quarter outside of that big play we started with. Defensively, right down the field, and again, JT running that same route. I mean, just amazing. Runs it well, puts the guy on his back, and JT comes up with a big-time interception right there. Great job. Good job for JT McLeod. Come back with a little fly sweep to KP. Got great blocking down the field by Darius, and unfortunately, just that little extra effort. We put the ball back on the ground, so defense in a sudden change needs to go out and get something done. Lose contain on the edge. Their quarterback's a good athlete as well, so he's going to pick up some yards. The guys coming in there in the fourth quarter trying to do things that at least try to slow them down just a little bit. We've got a pretty good lead on them, but we don't want them to be able to score at all. But if they do, we want it to take some time scoring. There's Nick Jones coming in. Tomlin with the great stop there. Again, Tomlin coming in. Big time stop inside. You see Isaiah McGuire with the big stop there from the defensive line. They hit the pass underneath on a fourth down play. It gives them a fresh set. So we want to continue to try to battle. There's Nick inside with Panther and Tomlin. those guys making it tough on them run the football. Another big stop inside by the defensive front, and they throw a little back shoulder, nice throw and catch on their part, and they're able to score. They try the onside kick, being down, and Josh Frederick does a nice job corralling the kick and does a good job. So in the stat books, that counts as a kick return outside the 40, so that's a pretty good one for his mama.
There you go, he got in the books.
Pretty important that you get those onside kicks in the playoffs. You don't want to give the team any kind of life, and you can see we're going to grind it out and try to get a couple of first downs here, try to make it tough on them, and you can see those guys up front are ready to take the game over. Darius with a great job, Mason Givens, big block outside, get it all caved down. Nick Jones there, nice job, and we go in for another touchdown, and love to see Darius and those guys celebrating. Good job there by Stromberg, caves it all the way down inside, good blocks, and then pick up the touchdown.
And he just seems to get stronger. It's crazy.
It was a really good night. You can see defensive front making a nice stop, doing a little bit better containing that quarterback. So we come up there trying to throw the ball back across the field, picks up a couple of yards there. Again, our guys, some decent pressure keeping him in there, and JoJo Nichols comes up with a nice interception. Unfortunately, we get a flag on that play. They go back down the field. Nice job there by Cameron Watts, and we get another flag. Again, these guys are playing tough on the coverage and pick up a few first downs with a few minutes left, but you see Micah in there, Damari Beard, those guys making a nice stop on the quarterback. He breaks the line of scrimmage on us there. We get a little bit of a holding call, puts them back on that run. Again, our guys are fighting and struggling, don't want them to score. You see Tomlin doing a really good job. You got Trey Thompson with the deflected pass, and another big-time deflected pass there by JoJo. Keeps them out of the end zone, and we're able to take a knee and go into the second round.
That's a satisfying win, any win is, but you felt like you still have some things to correct out of that, which at this time of year, that's fine. You kind of want to work as you go forward. Well,
when you get into the playoffs, there's going to be it's only the best teams that are left, and each week's going to get progressively harder. We knew that this team would be a really tough Santa Fe team, probably could have easily finished second or third in the district, possibly. It wound up being fourth. And they gave us a good test.
They did. So now next up, it's Jinx, but not before we get up close and personal. That'll be next on the Union Football Coaches Show.
Hey Union students, show off your Union spirit by wearing Union gear, only available at the UWear store. The UWear store has athletic gear, clothing, and other merchandise so that you and your friends can look stylish while repping the U. The UWear store has the best quality items and is partnered up with major brands such as Nike, Under Armour, and even Champion. For a limited time, Union High School students who present their ID at checkout will receive 10% off all items. So stop by the UWear store today and reward yourself with some awesome gear.
Tim shares his jacket.
Don thinks he's kinda nice.
Danny shares with Beth.
On a beach in paradise.
Robert shares his dance moves.
Then he shares a spin.
Victor shares with Emily.
But she's more into Quinn.
Kevin shares a song and the spotlight with Colleen.
Nick shares with Vince, sister the DJ who's 19.
Deja shares with Curtis.
After her curfew.
Sharing's always better when I share a Coke with you.
Back again on the Union Football Coaches Show. Rick Corey along with the head coach, Kirk Frederick. Let's get right to up close and personal. Got a great special ending shot from Dean Etchison.
Yeah, we've got Dean coming in, does a great job. I love this first picture here because that's just two of the guys that are representing people that are serving in the military. Coach Cale Pearson, that's Coach Pearson, and Kyler there. But Cale, who played quarterback for us, is serving overseas right now. And we had some other family members that were out there for veterans celebration, and so proud of those guys. Big play in there by Murdoch, Darius, and Darius. Now we got Darius Boone. I believe anybody could have run through that hole, but I'd rather give it to 27. Here's KP and Darius celebrating, and again, those guys trying to figure out how to celebrate. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how they do it. I'm sure they do it better than I do. And there's Big Stromberg right there, throwing him down, played nose guard, got a hold of the tailback there and brings him to the ground. There's Panther right there, Mike Panther on picking up the fumble. I think Cameron Watts caused the fumble, and Micah's right there. Big turnovers in playoffs are a lot of fun. Cowboy caller Jake Rogers up front, and you can see right behind him JoJo on the loose ball and trying to scoop it up and go score. Cantu, junior offensive center, doing a great job. Mason Givens, those guys that run the power play, blocking back. That was a good view of the offensive line. And of course, we've got McGuire here with the pressure. He's had a great season. Zaya McGuire's done a really good job. And as you said, we finished with Peyton, number 12, and those rest of those offensive linemen in there. So proud of those guys with Cantu and Ricky and Mason and Jake Henry. Those guys do a really good job.
Now, I know every group on a football team is close, but I always found that offensive linemen were somewhat closer together. They would live together if they could.
They do. They've got their own name. They're the Hogs, and they do a really nice job. Steve Turner's the Hog Father, who supported our program for so many times. They had a big dinner not too long ago, and so it's a neat thing. It's a special thing to be an offensive lineman at Union.
It absolutely is. All right, now on to the semifinal round. And you'd mentioned to me last week you thought it was going to be 2 games in one day, and that's going to be the case, so set it up for us.
Yeah, it's going to be on Saturday at the University of Tulsa. You're going to have Jinx and Union playing at 1 o'clock again on that Saturday afternoon, so fun for our guys to get a little college Saturday afternoon football game. Guys there to punch their ticket to go to the championship. So big time semifinal atmosphere. And then, of course, that evening at 7 o'clock, you've got Broken Arrow and Owasso squaring off again. You got a rematch of the two teams. I think we all played on the same weekend many weeks ago. And so it'll be fun to see the improvements of the teams and all the marbles on the line.
And speaking of that, and by the way, we do understand that the Turnpike Gate's probably not going to ring an awful lot from Oklahoma City, anybody coming to see it, but over here we're good with it. Teams do change. Teams have evolved. How's your team gotten better since those first games?
Well, I think one of the things that as you come into the season, you play those early season games, you have expectations on what your season's going to be like, and you have reality. And we got a big dose of reality early in the season. We lost a couple of football games, not near as good performances as we would like. And so you go back to work, you set in, and you try to get better. And I know we have, and I know that Jinx has as well. So it'll be an interesting matchup. I think it's going to be a great football game. Obviously, they've got a really good senior class. The quarterback, Ian Corwin has just been outstanding, and it seems like they always have a number 9 in there, and they're always really good quarterbacks, and he's outstanding. Of course, the cast he has around him is very good as well.
Is there anything different about playing really during the day? People want to make a thing out of you play at night, you play during the day. Well, what do you think that's like?
I mean, as a coach, you try to overthink everything. What are they going to have for breakfast? What time should they get up? All those kinds of things that when it's on a school day, all those things kind of stay normal. So we'll definitely probably overthink it and try to cross every I and every T. Our Mama Skins will have a breakfast for them, and we'll get them out there. If you think about it, we practice in the afternoon all the time, so hopefully that'll be a stable environment for them. Yeah,
the lights will be on, but it'll be one big light that'll be on instead. If you could do one thing perfectly in this game other than win, what is it you'd want to perform just right?
Tackle well, without a doubt. Extended plays, in big-time games, if there's athletes, not giving guys extra opportunities.
Outstanding. All right, so Union and Jinx, that's at 1 o'clock at H.H. Chapman Stadium. Broken Arrow and Owasso will be later on, so come out and have a great time when we win that one, go on to the state championship, and see you here next week on the U Football Coaches Show.